Meet the all-new 2022 Tikka T3X Lite Roughtech Ember. The sexiest rifle in my gun safe. This bad boy's features include a fluted bolt with an oversized knob, rough surface texture, an adjustable trigger, fluted barrel, and a muzzle brake. I'd also like you to meet another friend, Chris Cantrell. He's going to help us put this bad boy together.
Alright guys, we are here at Cantrell Outdoors in northern western Washington, a little town called Stanwood.
Yeah.
Chris, why don't you give us a little introduction of yourself and what you do here at the shop?
Cantrell Outdoors custom long-range shop. We build rifles. You know, we do everything from cleanings, rifle scopes. You know, we build for the public, we build for law enforcement, we do all our local SWAT guys, and big fan of that. So, but besides that, yeah, we're kind of a do-all gunsmith shop. A lot of guys, you know, a lot of the guys that I knew getting into this were much older in their 70s and 80s, and they're dying off. And there's not a lot of guys that actually do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a dying breed, man.
It is. It really is. So not only just building the custom rifles, but doing some gunsmith stuff. And we've tried to add, you know, obviously into some reloading stuff, and getting like we bought a sonic cleaning tank, and just different types of services we try to add to the shop. So
nice. So if you are in the Washington area, make sure to look up Cantrell Outdoors. It'll be in the link below on the YouTube video. Today, we are super excited that we are putting together, we just did an unboxing of the new Tikka Roughtech stainless. And it's all of us here at the shop's first time ever laying eyes on one. It's new for 2022. In 2020 and 2021, the Roughtech was not stainless. It was only in a blued option, and they didn't have these new options of the stocks. We are not sure completely of what stocks are going to be available in 2022, but we did get this. Chris, what would you call this stock? Like a freckled black and orange, like carbon look? Like what would you call that?
yeah, so a black stock, and it's got like a real nice, almost like hunter orange speckled paint job, and it's a really good looking gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ties in nicely with the stainless. A little bit heavier fluted barrel, which I like. This one's in 6.5 PRC, so step up from the Creedmoor, running like 250 feet a second faster. Definitely a nice long range package for sure. Well, let's get your scope mounted up on this thing.
Let's get them mounted.
So what we're gonna do is we got some wheeler levels right here. All I'm gonna do is just match the muzzle with the receiver right here. Takes me higher, sets me free. Yeah, move with it. We're just going through, torquing these top screws to 18-inch pounds, and double checking our levels here. Like again, we got the wheeler levels front and back. We didn't talk about this before, but the vise I have it in is a Tipton, and I'm a big fan. I clean a lot of guns, and I use their best gun vise. I use their carbon fiber cleaning rods. I use their bore guide. I use their jags and their brushes. I'm not sponsored by Tipton. I just really like their products. All right, now we're going to put the supplied muzzle brake that came with this Tikka. It also comes with a knurled thread protector. It's really quite nice. If you don't want to run a muzzle brake, why would you run one? It helps with recoil. Less muzzle jump, faster follow-up shots. And again, this comes with this gun. It's supplied. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the thread protector here. And we're going to add a bunch of blue Loctite. Why we're doing that is to fill that gap in between the threads so it can't carbon up, basically weld itself on. And we have a liberal supply of Loctite there. And we're just going to put this on hand tight. What you're going to do is you're going to screw it in until that muzzle brake meets the shoulder. Give it a nice little snug. And wipe off any additional Loctite there. And what you're going to do is you're going to let that rest for 24 hours, let that Loctite set up, and put our thread protector back in the box, and we're good to go. All right, so super simple trigger adjustment on these. Surprisingly, it's quite low from the factory. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 action screws out. We are going to pull the stock off. All right, we got the stock off. Again, very simple if anyone's ever adjusted a Remington trigger. It's easier than that because there's only 1 screw that we're going to adjust. Again, if you ever adjust any trigger screw, you could even, if you're not going to move it again, red Loctite, but copious amounts of blue Loctite. So what we're going to do is we're going to back this screw out. If you haven't done this before, I just kind of know where I want it at. But what we're going to do is we're going to back it out. Before we Loctite anything, what we're going to do is we're going to run the bolt. We know that this gun is empty. We've checked it before, but just make sure so you don't shoot any holes in your house or your shop. Before I check the trigger weight, what I'll do is I'll run it a couple times. Just set that spring, and what we're going to do is fire up the trigger pull gauge here. Change. Just make sure we're getting a consistent reading here. I'll lighten it just a smidge more, because Jeff likes a light trigger because he is becoming a long-range shooter with his recent bear kill, which you can see on his YouTube at Peeing Wild. Two and a half. That's looking real nice. So if you notice on these triggers, when we're doing these adjustments, there's no creep. They're super, right out of the box, they're super crisp. And a 2.5 pound trigger with no creep out of the box is pretty darn good. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of a lot of aftermarket triggers, but out of the box, this is pretty tough to beat. So I'd shoot that all day. So, all right, we're putting the screws back in this. Now, the bottom metal on this is a plastic bottom metal, and Tikka recommends 44 inch-pounds. If you have a metallic bottom metal, it's 62 inch-pounds. And again, on the Wheeler Fat Wrench, you could just dial that in. So we're at 44. So we're gonna go tighten these up. 44 inch-pounds. Again, it's really important to make sure that that recoil lug is seated in the notch in the receiver. When you look at your gun, if you look at the front of the stock, making sure it's unloaded. But just double checking the gap on the front there. If you have a very large gap, it's not seated properly. Again, we adjusted the trigger to 2.5 pounds. Really crisp, no creep. Muzzle brake installed, scope installed, and ready to go.
Takes me higher, sets me free. Yeah, move with it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment or hit the like button. And also, on your way out of here, if you hit the subscribe button, that'd mean a lot. Be sure to hit the bell to be notified upon every upload. Thanks so much. We'll catch you in the next video.